miracles. I see miracles.
Hi guys, it's Nina here from helpforeatingdisorder.com. Today we are back for another Q&A Tuesday. We have a question today that comes from Mary, and it has to do with intuitive eating and mixing up dieting in that intuitive eating process, and therefore not having the results that you want, and also having the cravings for the sugary things, eating more than you feel like you should be eating, feeling that you're not eating like a normal intuitive eater. So Mary's question, basically, she wants to know whether I dealt with those feelings in the beginning of struggling with, intuitive eating and adding dieting behavior in that. And she also wants to know when my appetite did start to truly go beyond sweets. She also mentions that she's in therapy right now, but the therapist is having her fill out logs each week. Food logs, I'm imagining. And that she's just going to tell her that this is causing her to obsess about food even more. Okay, Mary, this is a really great question, because Mary mentioned also in the email that she does sort of go between dieting a little bit and then intuitive eating, and so she's having these cravings and not really being able to fully commit to intuitive eating. And I certainly went through those stages, and that was when I was really deep in my eating disorder, because it was like I wasn't fully committed. I didn't trust the process. I didn't have faith in the process, and therefore it couldn't work for me. I would also be seeing a therapist, an eating disorder specialist actually, and he would have me write down what I'm eating, and then he would have the normal eating kind of plan, that included like normal foods that were like, terrifying to me. And I would do it for like a day or two, and it would freak me out, and I would go back to, okay, well, I'm not doing that anymore, I'm just going to go on like a 3-day fast, and then maybe I'll go back to it. The end result is always more binging, more depression, more feelings of despair, and not really getting to that true place of recovery. And to answer the question about, when did my appetite change, I would say that in the first few weeks I was terrified of certain foods, and but I really tried to be around people who were normal eaters, and to just attempt to eat those foods, and to also stay with those people, so I didn't get any impulses to go and binge, or to go and purge what I'd eaten, or to have these crazy thoughts. So that really helped me. It is essential to have support while you're doing this, and you really have to be careful about what kind of support, because you want to stay away from anybody who does have disordered eating behavior, anyone who is always talking about diets, even eating disorder recovery groups that focus too much on food and dieting, or not dieting, and meal plans and food logs, and so I would say that I was initially scared, but I did keep pushing through. The only way to get from where you are now to that place of recovery is to take action, and taking action means eating those things that you're terrified of. It means, doing the rest of the things that I talk about, like the visualization and the getting support. It means getting out of isolation. It means just pushing through and not giving up. Not listening to that eating disorder head that says that's not normal and that's wrong, you should not be eating that, and just push through that, because you need to try to separate that eating disorder from who you truly are. and you are not that eating disorder. That is just that negative thinking that's going to get you back into that place of not being recovered, into binging, isolation, despair, loneliness, frustration, compulsive behavior around food. So that's the long form of my answer, and I will say that my appetite definitely did change, and most importantly what changed was that I didn't think about it anymore. I didn't think if this was good or bad. It was just I felt hungry and I would go and eat what it was that I was hungry for, because my body was attuned to my hunger again, and that does happen. That is the freedom that I'm talking about here, okay? So it means that you actually feel what you're hungry for. And sometimes I eat really healthy, and sometimes I'll have days where I don't, but I don't see it like that, like good or bad. It's just healthy and not healthy. I'm just using those words for the purposes of you understanding what I'm talking about, but I don't view it like that. To me, food really is just food. And I trust my body. My body weight hasn't changed, in years now. And you will find that you become more attuned the more that you work through it, the more that you push through that eating disorder head, that eating disorder chatter of what's good, what's bad, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. This isn't working after 5 days, so you got to stop. Push through, no matter what you have to do. Just hang on, push through, and you'll get to the other side. And it will happen in a way that you won't even notice it's happening. Your attention will focus on other things. That's why I'm a bit against the food diaries and food logs and whatever, because it's like where your attention goes, it grows, right? So if I'm constantly thinking and talking and writing about food and weight loss and meal plans, that's going to grow. And there's no freedom in that if you have an eating disorder. That's what I truly believe. The freedom comes from not even thinking about it, having it be just like having a shower or something that you just do in your daily activities, something that's nourishing, gives you fuel, but it's not an obsession. So Mary, thank you for your question. If you have any other questions that I didn't cover in this, because it was quite a long email, please leave me another message and I will be more than happy to share my answer with you. And thank you guys for posting your questions. Keep posting them, and really get clear and specific about what is going on. That's the best way that I can help you. Thank you for watching. It's Nina from healthforeatingdisorder.com.